This is one of the biggest weeks we've had in gaming in a while, particularly if you're an Xbox gamer, and that's what we are. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the XoneBros. This is podcast number 287. Thank you very much for joining us yet again. As always, I'm joined by the bros, the XoneBros. First is Mr. McSpicy.
Hello.
Oh, yeah. You don't sound bad. You know, it's not like a congested cold.
Well, so I'm drinking hot chocolate right now.
Yeah.
With hot sauce.
Oh, I like
So
that.
it's got a kick.
I like that.
Yeah. Everyone, I'm sick. That's what he's
Wait, let
bringing
me
up.
ask what kind of hot sauce you got in there?
Tapatio all the way.
Oh, Tapatio's good.
I love hot Tapatio. It's my favorite.
I like Tapatio. I also go to Cholula, but I know you don't like the vinegar-based
Well,
hot sauce.
well, that's the thing with hot sauces. Most of them are vinegar based, right?
Yeah.
That's why I like Tapatio because it's more flavor based.
It's hard.
Yeah. Although I do like a good vinegar hot sauce, like Tabasco. I appreciate Cholula, like you said.
Cholula's and there's different flavors. There's a specific flavor that I get that I really enjoy. But I have Tapatio as well. Tapatio I like on like pizzas and stuff. Cholula I like on like eggs.
Well, up until about an hour ago, I had no voice, so I've been.
Yeah, it sounds. I mean, sexy. It's smoky.
Yeah, it's that Demi Moore smoker.
Smoky. Hi.
Demi Moore from A Few Good Men, of course.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Obviously.
yes.
Also, Jord the man is here.
Hello.
And I am X1. Thank you very much, guys. It happened. It happened the day we've all been waiting for. It's a giant day. It's Star Wars launch day. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order has released. It has come out. We've had a chance to play it. I want to jump in. I want to give our first impressions. I want to talk about what we think of it. Shall we start with Mr. McSpicy today? Mr. McSpicy. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. First impressions. Go.
I like it.
Yep, there we go.
I really like it. I heard, from the developers and other people that have played some of it at E3 and stuff like that. I heard it was like a Dark Souls game. They're like, it has elements of Dark Souls. And then me and Jordan played last night, deep into the night, because, we stayed up to play it when it launched at the right time, right? And it is actually exactly Dark Souls.
Oh yeah, like the saves and the whole shot.
Yeah, and the fact that
enemies respawn,
you lose your experience if you don't spend them. Your souls essentially. But it is Star Wars Dark Souls, which is freaking awesome.
Yeah,
and it's a really really good story. I really like. We're watching gameplay right now. I really like this game a lot. The problem I've had with past Star Wars games is I felt that even though you were a Jedi, for example, they never let you use your powers.
Sure.
Not like how you should be. You're like an unstoppable force. Yeah, see? Force.
Yeah.
And this is, you're powerful. You're very powerful. Yet things are still difficult. The bad guys are still difficult. You die a lot because it's set up like a Dark Souls game. But you can freeze time on certain guys. You can force push pull. You can, and you're leveling things up, and you're becoming more and more and more stronger as a Jedi should. And I really, really appreciate being a Jedi and feeling the strength and power that a Jedi has. Right?
It has character development.
It has character. Yes. I really like this game a lot. I really like the wall running I just unlocked not too long ago, and I think
once you get wall run, and there's so it's basically, this is what surprised me about the game. The levels, it's a puzzle game at its core, really, about exploring how do I get from point A to point B. Then in between they have bad guys, they have boss fights that are fairly difficult. You die a lot, like you said. It is very Dark Souls. You've got to be wise on when you save, right, or where you save your games, or else you have to do stuff over. But it's a puzzle. Like how do I get to that point? And it's an exploring game, and I didn't expect that at all from this game. It's a pleasant surprise. It keeps it very engaging for me and very fun.
I like how you can use your abilities to solve the puzzles. Like we're watching right now. There's this big like windmill thing on the screen, and you are slowing down time on the windmill with the Force to solve the puzzle. That's what we're watching right now. I like how that does not use your Force meter, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like you're powerful. You know what I mean? You're not. They use certain things at the right time. Obviously, if you can't just sit there and phaser block. What's lights?
Yeah, just block with your lightsaber because it wears down your power, and then you're not going to be able
I'm
to
saying
use it.
phaser block. What are the blasters?
Blasters.
Jeez, I was thinking
Phaser.
wrong genre.
Wrong sci-fi.
Yeah, wrong sci-fi. But no, I really like this game quite a bit. I'm enjoying it thoroughly.
Yeah, Jordan, how about you? What are your first impressions of the game? What really stand out to you so far?
I really like it too. I think it's one of the best Star Wars games we have had in a while.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
I don't think it's as unforgiving as Dark Souls.
Correct.
I think it's just right. You know
Sure.
what I mean? I'm glad I played Sekiro before because I tell you, parries are king in this game.
It is, and
Yeah.
that's actually when you're at the beginning screen choosing your difficulty. The whole difficulty basically is how easy it is to parry.
Yeah, your parry window.
Yeah, we're watching these. Yeah, look at
But
this. So
no,
good.
I think it's really cool. I think they have they've done a really good job. They have a really good mix. I mean, the level design is fantastic. It's very Metroid Prime. If you've played Metroid Prime, right?
Yeah.
Because there's certain areas of the map that are locked until you upgrade abilities, and then you can
Yeah.
go back and do those and explore more.
And it really, I never thought of that. It really is Metroid Prime with
Oh, yeah.
your maps,
Yeah.
3D maps, tunnels, blocked ways, the whole shot.
Yeah, it has the Dark Souls elements like we talked about, and then the puzzle and the combat. The puzzle.
That was a stupid
I just
jump.
got to.
I've done lots of those so
Yeah.
far.
I just
Sorry.
got to a part where I've unlocked another force ability, and I had to go through this huge puzzle segment using that new ability. So essentially, it's teaching you how to use the ability, but it was this huge puzzle segment, which
Yeah.
was super, super cool. So I mean, the level design is good, the gameplay is really good, and then the puzzles, the combat, it's solid.
Yeah, Wheezy Whistle in chat says EA made a good game for what I mean. This game, this is Respawn, produced by EA, and I have to say, Respawn
Well, Respawn's awesome. I
just
they're
did a
very good.
fantastic job with this.
I was actually talking about Jordan last night when we were playing this, and then I moved over to play Apex. And I just mentioned I felt like I was playing Blizzard games because usually when I play Blizzard games, Hearthstone, I'll move over to Diablo, and then I'll move over to Heroes of the Storm, right? I'm playing Apex, and then I'm moving over to this game, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Both Respawn.
both Respawn. I
Maybe
feel
they'll
like
have
Respawn
a-
is the new Blizzard.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
they'll
mean-
have a hub.
Yeah, that would be.
I mean, this
I'll play it.
This as an action, so it's an action adventure game, right? Is that technically the genre here with some RPG elements? I guess every
Yes,
game has
yeah,
RPG.
no,
There's
Yeah,
elements.
definitely
action
RPG
adventure,
all
yeah.
over the place in this game.
It is very well paced, and it's the level design is really what stands out to me. And I'll give you a prime example. This is not giving away any spoilers, but the very first level you're on is basically just a tutorial level, and you're learning a little bit of backstory about your character. And at no point do you, one, ever feel that you're in a tutorial, and two, you're just super engaged. It's very well done. But there's a scene where you are doing something.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you're doing something.
Do you need me to turn on the sexy time music?
No, this won't be a spoiler. I will give this spoiler free. There's a scene when you're doing something, and the game forces you to look the direction that they want you to without you realizing it. And when you do that, the entire scene transitions, and it blew my mind. I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, that's cool.
I know exactly what part you're
Yeah.
talking about. And we were in party chat together, and I was like, "Holy cow!"
Funny, Jordan was in party chat with me when I did that, and that's
And
exactly
he's like,
what he
I
said.
know exactly what you did.
Yeah,
Bit of a transition.
that to me, and that's how the game starts. It's just excellent level design. They're doing some really smart stuff. It's really well thought out. I'm just blown away.
Well, another thing I really like and have noticed is because action adventure games, like one of my favorite action adventure games is the Uncharted series. Because they're really good, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of platforming in those games. Now this game has platforming as well, and where I'm at in the story, the Uncharted series has some of the best platforming for adventure games.
Yeah.
This has on par, if not better, platforming sequences. Like it's really good.
Well,
Like,
they
it's
add
really
the
well
Tomb
done.
Raider sliding falls.
No, yeah, they have
that's
those. Yeah, they
Tomb
have
Raider.
those.
There's like 4 scenes in the first 20 minutes where you're doing the Tomb Raider slide.
No,
Yeah.
it's really good, and I don't want people to get afraid like, oh, this is Dark Souls like, because I've seen a lot of people on the internet calling it Star Souls, Which it has a lot of elements from Dark Souls and Sekiro.
There you go.
And
Here's
stuff
a Tomb
like
Raider.
that.
Tomb Raider. Well, no, it's not.
But
yeah, it is. Yeah, it
This is more
What
of
we-
Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah, that's true. That's
But
true.
what we mentioned earlier is the difficulty. You don't have. I mean, you can have it on the hardest difficulty. Basically, the difficulty is essentially
choose.
yeah. And the biggest factor in difficulty is the parry window, right? So I mean, if you don't want it super difficult like a Dark Souls game, you can bring it down to the story mode where the parrying is a lot more forgivable. You don't have to have exact time. So basically, you can still have fun and enjoy the game, right?
You can make it easy.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
don't have that.
Don't be
discourage you.
discouraged if it's like, oh, it's Souls like, because it is, but it's also, I mean, I
It's
feel like
more
their
of the-
difficulties are very well done.
Yeah, it's more of the style of it. The fact that you have to get from point A to point B, then save, then spend your souls, essentially your experience, and then you got to keep doing that. And every time you do that, enemies respawn. That's like I really like
Yeah.
that style of game. That is the Dark Souls formula, and they've added that into this, and I think it works really well.
And what's super nice about it, and I think it's how it's designed, is there's no achievements tied to your difficulty, so you don't need to worry about that. And you can actually change your difficulty at any time during the menu. So you can always start out beginner, and as you're getting better at parry, you're essentially training yourself, right? Go up, go up, go up. And actually, I went up. Mark and I don't know what you did, David, but we started out as Jedi Master.
Yeah.
I said I'll get the hang of this, and I bumped her up.
Oh, are you
did?
top difficulty?
Yeah, no, it was really. I bumped it back down.
But wait till the bosses.
no, I don't.
Because
I know.
remember that first boss we
Dog,
walked
brother.
into that ate me?
I changed it back down to Jedi Master about 10 minutes afterwards because it was cool, right?
Well,
it was fun.
and having said that, the different difficulties, this game has replayability value because of that, right? Just like a Dark Souls game has that same challenge.
Well, it even on top of that, it has on the maps and planets you go to, there's a percentage of secrets found, of items found, all that stuff. So there is a achievements list essentially to get you to replay the maps again and again and
Yeah,
again.
and because of how, so for instance, even up on screen right now, if you can see it, it's a platform puzzle that you're doing, and you gain abilities as you go along that are locked to you in the on each planet that you're on. So you'll have to go back.
I love that.
In order
Force stop.
in
Look at
order
that.
to get some stuff.
So
in
cool.
chat, a lot of people are talking about the lightsaber. Wheezy Whistle actually dropped some history for us. He says, for those that don't know, the double lightsaber was first made by the Sith. The Jedi took the idea to help fight the Sith. Very interesting. But the lightsaber customization, I normally really don't care about armor customization or anything as far as looks in single player games because I'm not showing it off to anybody. But I love the lightsaber customization, and I'm going green. I was orange at first.
Green is good. Green is knowledge.
I'm going green, and then I'm doing in each thing like I'm searching and hunting and going through and trying to discover new chests and new open areas where you don't think it would matter to you because you don't really see your lightsaber, but it matters. At least for me, like how your handle is built. There's like 4 different sections to your lightsaber that you can completely customize and make it look cool. And I think that's a smart move because I'm loving it. And some people in chat, AOG War Dog says he's loving it as well. I agree with that. I think it's a really cool
it's super
feature.
fun. Well, what's really interesting, I was telling this to Mark yesterday. I heard this when I was watching a stream or someone play, like, because you know how they get earlier. Anyway, but I heard this and I thought it was really cool. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but the lightsaber you actually make in the game and customize, all those parts are from the Disney lightsaber creator. So you can actually create the lightsaber you created in the game in real life and have it in your room.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
So I want to do that.
So and that's what I heard someone was saying. I thought that was pretty cool.
How much
'cause I
does
was-
that cost?
I don't know. I mean, it's Disney, so they mark up the price.
So they'll
Sure,
get
I've been
you.
to the Disney store.
I mean, let's be honest. People talk about EA doing some stuff.
a stuffed
I
stuffed Donald Duck cost
Yeah.
me $75.
I think the Disney EA
And-
partnership was very mutual.
And then when I get to checkout at the Disney store here, they don't give me a bag.
oh yeah, I was pissed.
I just paid $75 and you're not giving me a bag? Or try to save the environment. No, you're trying to save your pockets. Freaking Disney, you jerks.
yeah.
Oh, don't even get me started. on
Oh yeah,
that.
I hear you.
I think I'm going to switch my blade to green as well. We're watching
I went green.
gameplay.
Hey,
Yeah.
fun tip. I actually you can't, if you have the Xbox One X, you can go into the settings and change for performance mode to
Sure.
different modes, right? I actually messed with this. I messed with the settings. I turned off the motion blur,
Okay.
and I think the game looks better without motion blur. Just fun to try it out. Try and turn
Well,
off the
is this
motion
game,
blur.
does this game at 60 frames per second?
if you turn off performance, or if you turn on performance mode, it is.
Okay.
And it's a variable. It's not like locked 60. It's kind of
okay.
if you turn off performance mode, it's 4K locked 30. If you turn on performance mode, it's 1080p up to 60 frames per second. Hey,
I think in this game I would take 4K.
Yeah, I did too. But I turned off motion blur, and I think the game actually looks a lot better. I think that the motion blur was kind of throwing me. Anyway, but fun fact.
I always turn off motion blur.
Yeah, I
don't
turned it
like
off. Yeah. Fun fact, and I did not know this. I honestly didn't. Even asked Mark. I was very surprised. They're using the Unreal Engine for this game.
Oh,
Yeah, that's really surprising.
Which, even I was watching. So I like.
because you would have thought it was be Frostbite.
Yeah,
with
I was
Respawn?
watching.
Yeah.
I was watching a very reputable YouTube channel, Digital Foundry.
That guy
They're really
missed
good.
it.
Anyway,
He missed his jump again.
but even
It
they
happens
were
to the best of
yeah,
us.
you've got to
man.
hold on. There you go. He's got to hold on longer.
even they were surprised because they have EA's their publisher and they have access to the Frostbite engine. Why they didn't use the Frostbite engine? But I mean, that being said, the game looks fantastic on Unreal.
It really does. It really does. They overall they just did a really good job. Final thoughts, Spicy, on your first impressions, initial impressions of
Those guys are freaking annoying.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Jedi,
The wombats.
Yeah.
Jedi: The Fallen Order.
Well, I think I'm going to go with the green lightsaber. It looks really good. Well, and because
I've tried them all now. I went blue, then I went orange.
Do you know what's-
then I've settled on green.
do you know what's cool about this though? Like,
Can
if
you
you
go
think
red?
about it, because we're role playing, right? As this character,
Yeah.
we're role playing. Does the color of the sabers mean something in the lore? Like green is you're thirsting for knowledge. You're a thinker, like Yoda was green. Blue is you're like justice,
Passion.
You go out and do what's right and fight the wrong, right? Kind of a thing, right?
What is orange? Power?
Purple.
I've never seen orange before.
What about
Purple. They invented purple legitimately. So Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, I love this
but
story.
it's
Came
lore.
in.
I
Yeah, the
wanna
lore.
know what
It's
purple means, though.
so his.
I'll tell you.
I think.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Were you going to say?
Well, I was
It means
going to talk.
$100,000.
No, yeah.
So,
no.
so Samuel Jackson, he basically said, if you want me in this movie to, George Lucas, then I want a purple lightsaber. And George Lucas was like, oh, okay, whatever, maybe. Well, let me think about it. And then a couple weeks later, he contacted Samuel Jackson and said, okay, let's do it. And how he did it is, that's why I really like his character. What was his character's name again?
Mace Windu.
Mace Windu. He is like known as the most powerful Jedi ever because he used the dark side but controlled it to fight. And because he was able to control the dark side but use it as a weapon instead of actually turning to the dark side,
Letting the dark side control him.
correct, it made his lightsaber purple.
That is cool. That's cool lore.
So that's how George Lucas wrote that into the... Does that
I like
make
it.
sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, it's like
It doesn't have a
his,
fancy word like knowledge.
His
though. We
fighting
should break it
stance
down.
is all. It's actually really cool lore.
It
Like his
actually is
fighting
badass.
stance. Yeah.
Oh, badass.
Badass.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah,
I want to be
because
purple.
If you think about it, he is the only Jedi that defeated the Emperor without,
Yeah.
backstab. It's
Without
one-on-one.
questionable beans.
Without questionable means, he is the only one that defeated him. And then he got screwed by this guy who didn't like sand.
Yeah.
What was his name again? Anakin? What? Don't do
That's what he does. That's what he does in the movie.
Yeah. But no, so if you think about it, Mace Windu is the only one that was powerful enough to take down the Emperor. Even Yoda wasn't able
good
to.
Dude. That's good information. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Jordan, final thoughts. Jedi.
I
Fallen.
think it's a fantastic game. Well worth the $60.
And it's Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
He's cool in everything
Yeah,
he
I
does,
know.
man.
No, I think it's super well worth it. I'm a few hours in.
Yeah, I
'cause it
think-
just came out, but it's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with both of you. I think my final thoughts. It's refreshing. I find this game to be refreshing. It's very nice pacing. It's not open world, so you're not overwhelmed by like all these side quests. You've got a quest, and on your quest, you have to solve puzzles and explore. Like it's a very refreshing game style that I'm really enjoying in the Star Wars universe.
Hey, fun fact:
Yeah.
your droid BD1.
Yeah.
Do you know what the initials stand for?
BD1.
Yeah, buddy droid.
That's hilarious. he is. What can we just speak about? Actually,
Is that really what it is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
I actually wanted this. Mark, did you keep on the music for this game? Because the music is really good. in
Oh,
this
yeah.
game.
I
did. I have not turned it off yet.
Yeah.
I told Mark we had to buckle up because when you load up that game,
Yeah, buckle up, get ready.
you got some Viking throat music. Yeah, it was.
But it wasn't
But
like
it's like-
you're like,
it wasn't
oh
the
my
Emperor
gosh.
throat music because
No.
the Emperor throat music was like, have I ever told you the story?
Yeah,
of
no, it's
Fort
like it comes in and it's like a throat singing's rock
It's
concert.
Viking
Yeah,
throat
yeah.
music.
Oh, it's cool.
It was awesome.
It makes you really want to go just destroy things as a Jedi. Rape and pillage.
No, but the
As
music,
Vikings.
even as you're going through and do stuff, it has the Star Wars music, and then like it just keeps you going and keeps you engaged. It's the music design is also really good.
Very
And
well
they
done.
also have the Star Wars swipes that I really enjoyed, like transition scene
Yeah.
swipes.
Yeah, the
Really well
circle
done.
swipes, the side swipes.
Really
yeah.
well done. So there you go. First impressions, Jedi Fallen Order, guys. Go check it out if you haven't yet. We thoroughly approve of it. That takes us to the next segment of our show. And this is the news. Jordan, tell us what is happening in the world that is Xbox One. Actually, can I tell everybody?
Yes.
It was XO19 this week, and it was giant. Let's recap it. Let's analyze it. Let's jump right in.
Hey, my mind was blown. Can I tell you something real quick?
Oh, yeah.
So XO19.
Yeah.
It's actually, I don't think it's an O, it's a 0. We talked about this in chat yesterday.
Yeah.
I think they literally just replaced the 2 for 2019 with an X. Did that blow your mind? Yeah. And you're like, oh, XO19. Yeah. So anyway.
It all makes sense now.
That's
They're
my
future proofing it.
That's my
They're
conspiracy.
future-
for the
it.
next
Yeah.
900 or 9,900 and what 19 years
Yeah,
or
yeah,
21
yeah.
years.
Yeah.
I don't know, 71. I don't know the math on that, but they're going to be around for a long time.
So, ton of new games.
ton.
The first one we'll start with, I actually forgot to put in the notes. Or, sorry, are you going to say something?
No. Actually, I don't mean to jump in and interrupt you here, but I just want to give my overall thoughts of XO19. If for those of you that haven't watched it, I would go watch the entire conference.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was very good. So they always are like, oh, this Inside Xbox is going to be huge. This legitimately was giant. There was a lot of big announcements, a lot of good news, and it was 2.5 hours.
I don't
long.
know. I forgot. I think, yeah,
It was
so
just
I don't
over
know.
2. If not, it was just over 2 hours. Then I think it was just
It's a
over
movie.
2 hours. Yeah, and I was riveted to my seat the entire time. The pacing, no long interviews. They did have interviews dispersed throughout, short, quick, to the point. They're nailing it. They're starting to get it down. One of the things that really stood out to me at the end, and we're going to get to this in the news. Jordan's going to go through each one of them. We had a ton of new games showed, and in the end, Phil Spencer was brought on stage, and he was asked. We just showed a ton of new games. This really is the most that we've ever shown. Is this the new norm? And Phil Spencer says when he looks at their catalog that is coming out, when he looks at the amount of shows that there are, yes, Xbox gamers should be prepared that this is the new norm. And that just made me, I almost cried.
Oh, yeah.
I almost cried. It was a touching moment.
Nice.
And I think here's the thing. PlayStation, if you're a PlayStation fanboy, I listen to a lot of podcasts and stuff where I enjoy the PlayStation as much as the next guy, right? But sometimes they get into this space where they really look down on the Xbox, and I don't blame them. They've got all the big games, especially this generation. But if you're taking Xbox for granted, Xbox this was kind of, to me, this is the starting point, right, of the next generation. And wow, what a way to start.
Oh, yeah.
They are rolling, and they're aggressive, and they're being aggressive, with their ecosystem. They're being aggressive with the games that they're releasing. Now, some of the criticism is that there's no AAA games that was announced. Well, there was kind of, but doesn't matter. The amount and the benefits and the services that they're bringing to gamers. I'm very hopeful for the future of Xbox.
Oh, yeah.
Is what I'm trying to say. Okay, sorry.
Very
Go
good.
to the
No,
news.
no,
I
it's
just had to
really
get
cool.
that off my chest.
Yeah.
This is my therapy session.
Oh, yeah. I know. I hear you. So, anyway, so the game they actually, Phil Spencer ended the show with is the one that we're going to start with because I
Yeah.
forgot to put it in here, and I'll forget if we don't do it now. But Wasteland 3.
Yes.
So
are
this game-
These are the creators of Fallout, correct?
Yeah, they created Fallout 1 and 2, and then I think Bethesda acquired it after that. Anyway, they In Exile Entertainment, they're coming out with Wasteland 3. I've never played a Wasteland game.
I have 2.
2.
Yeah.
Bethesda. I am really excited for this game.
Yeah. It's.
I mean, it looks cool. What do you call that? Isometric camera view?
Yeah.
Right? Diablo. So anyway,
It's very
Yes,
Divinity
I'm-
Original Sin, but
turn-based.
But it's RPG, so it's
And-
on a whole other level, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's essentially it's very comparable to Divinity Original Sin, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
these are the guys that created that genre, basically.
yeah. What's really cool, and I didn't know this, maybe it is in the second one. Like I said, I've never played the first two, but I'm excited to play this one co-op.
Oh,
Which is very exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes these games really fun. I mean, Divinity Original Sin, when you play it co-op,
co-op,
it's
yeah.
really fun. I mean, it's intense, but it's fun.
Keep in mind, Xbox owns In Exile. This was one
They
of
do.
the
Yeah, this is
studios
one
that
of
they
the
purchased
studios
this
that they
last year.
acquired.
So very exciting.
So anyway, In Exile coming out with Wasteland 3 looks super cool. I'm excited for it.
It's gritty. It's hard. Think Fallout, but serious, right? It has it's like that Fallout feel without any of the zaniness. So it's
I'm pretty
apocalyptic, right?
Post-apocalyptic. Has some serious nature to it. You know?
But
it's
anyway,
cool. It looks
super
really cool.
really fun, coming out soon. Be sure to check it out. Rare. They
Oh,
had
new IP?
they had a couple announcements. They had the new IP, which looks really good. Before we jump into that, they had the new Sea of Thieves update, which I just want to say is adding a new tall tale, which is exciting.
And a new weapon, which
And,
you
yeah,
enjoyed.
Fire grenade.
Basically a glass grenade.
Basically it's a fire grenade, and you can light ships on fire in the ocean now.
Yeah.
What I'm really hoping for, and I don't mean this in a bad way because it's just a video game, everybody. But if you can just spray oil on them like they did in the medieval times and then light them on fire.
Oh yeah.
I mean that's
Tar.
the tar,
You
whatever.
can
it
do
was.
that in Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, I mean that's epic. In addition to that, if you actually play this week, you will get a free Gears of War ship. All you got to do is log in. So just log in.
Sea of Thieves hitting it strong.
Yeah,
Continuing.
very cool.
Well done, Rare.
And then Rare announces this new game called Everwild.
This is a beautiful looking game.
Yeah, it really is. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know what it is.
No, it's basically they're showing off the world.
It looks really good.
It does. It reminds me. It
And
looks
look
like,
at that buck.
It looks like if you combine Zelda and Ori and the Blind Forest art style.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it is going to be very Zelda-ish. It seems like. Well, I mean, I don't know. They're just really showing off the world. But I wonder if this is going to be like a Sea of Thieves, where it's going to be like a shared world experience co-op. Because we do see multiple characters on screen, or if it's going to be, change of direction from Sea of Thieves, more of a single player story, type thing.
I wonder if it's single player story with you have companions like a Dragon Age, right? Or
Yeah.
something along those lines, or even Outer Worlds, but in this crazy fantastical world that we're in.
Yeah, it does look very fantasy-ish, fantasy world, but really cool. Be sure to check it out. Everwild from Rare. No
From Rare,
release date,
it's-
nothing like that. Not even a coming
their
soon.
new
but it's their
IP.
new.
Look at
what
that.
did they say?
Looks
Was there a
good.
release
Sneaking
date?
around. Oh,
There may
look-
have been a release date. A lot of games coming out summer 2020
Yeah.
of next year.
Yeah.
But looks really cool. I like Rare. I think they're a good
It
developer.
looks exciting.
Yeah.
A new IP. It's refreshing, especially from Rare.
Yeah. So another new IP.
Oh man,
Buckle up for this
See, this
one.
is how XO19 was. Then Jordan freaked out at this one.
This one was hilarious. I didn't know what to think at first, and then I thought, just love it. But
Love
that's
it.
from Obsidian Entertainment. They just released Outer Worlds, and you're thinking, whoa, Jordan, how are they building a new IP? Well, they have multiple teams. But the new IP is called Grounded.
Yeah.
It's basically Honey, I Shrunk the Kids survival
Mode. Yeah. So you are small. You're running through grass. There's giant ants, everything, and you're just trying to survive.
Is there a big Oreo?
There's probably a big
Probably
Oreo, probably a
isn't.
giant bowl of cereal that you're trying not to get. Look at, there's a big baseball. Look at that.
Just like in the movie.
Yeah.
Honestly, I hope they go full Ark style with this game, and they just
Oh,
give
yeah.
you like ant mounts
At Mounts
and crazy-
Sandbox.
yeah.
We own the Sandbox. Let's go take over the Sandbox.
This one, they didn't say anything specific, but of course it does look co-op because there is some other characters
Players in
that
it,
came
yeah.
in. You can explore down ant holes, fight. It's a survival game. So
It is.
basically, there's building mechanics where you build your own base. We don't know exactly how it's going to work. If it's going to be kind of like a day-night cycle, or if it's just going to be you're always surviving. But it looks cool. It's a new IP from Obsidian. It's definitely 100% different from anything they've done before. They did the KOTOR games. Of course, they did Outer
it's
Worlds.
got
They did
building.
It's got Rust style building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Ark style. This is going to be an Ark style game.
But
Oh, yeah.
I like the concept because it's survival in a different
Yeah, I like it.
that no one else is doing, right? Not it's you're shrunk. It's Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
I mean, when that anthill comes out,
Look at
I mean,
those
that's,
ants,
that's
man.
a lot of ants.
Oh.
I just want to mount one of them.
Well, and here's the thing. You can always update stuff with like now there's scorpions. Now that you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can always bring in other giant stuff into the
The
now,
junkyard backyard
the-
DLC.
This house that you're shrunken at just bought a dog. He's about to pee on you. Oh my goodness, right? Like all kinds of crazy stuff that you could do here. Cats are new, right? And you have to avoid
Oh, dude,
them.
can you imagine a cat?
Oh,
Oh,
it's
dirty. Anyway,
be
it looks really
dangerous.
fun. It looks really cool. I actually just thought of this right now. I actually 100% forgot to put it in the news, so sorry, James. We don't have a trailer for it. But David got very excited for this game, too. Speaking of survival games, Mark actually mentioned it.
Yeah.
Rust is coming to the Xbox.
Rust.
I wonder what that game looks like now.
Oh, it looks way
completely
different. Yeah,
like they
way
showed it on the
different,
screen, and we
yeah.
were like, "What is
If
this
you want,
game?"
yeah, it's called Rust Xbox One. You can see if you can find a trailer for it. But yeah, Rust is coming to the Xbox. This game came out in early access
Game
a
preview.
really long
Before
time.
the Xbox One launched. It was
Oh,
a
yeah,
game
forever
preview
ago.
because
We
were playing
played it.
I was playing it right after Guild Wars 2.
There was a couple.
Look
There's
at
a
that.
there's a
Look
couple
at this.
That looks really good.
couple filters you had to add.
Yeah, you
Oh
you
yeah,
used
well,
to start out naked.
your dong was hanging
yeah,
out.
yeah. Everybody
You had to
liked
go into. I wonder if that's going to be on
You
Xbox.
literally start naked,
Yeah, in this
I'd be
game.
ready
and you have to
edit this.
survive.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Well, this is what it
But
looks
look
like
at-
now,
look at
but
it
it's
now.
so different.
This
You
is
could-
completely different.
yeah, it would blur it out if you had that setting on. But it was
My
you
favorite-
Didn't have to have it
My
on.
favorite review. So they go through and they're showing like the world and stuff, and then they're showing reviews of this game. And this is it. This game is the reason I have trust issues because that's this game. Anyone can steal your crap. Anyone can kill you.
Well, this game would stress you out. Remember, you used to like go to bed and put bombs on your door just in case.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, finally, I got a steel door. And we used to go raid
Yeah.
other people's bases, and I mean, it was Rust.
Rust.
That's excellent game. I think it did officially release on Steam, and I don't know if
It did
they're-
officially release. I want to say 20.
It wasn't too long ago,
It was.
yeah,
it was
so-
very recently, but it was out years.
But very
on preview.
cool. Rust coming to the Xbox One. Fantastic.
Oh, that's so exciting.
David, I want to ask you a question.
Hold on one second before you do.
Okay.
I just want to mention about Obsidian. There is some criticism that Obsidian. What is Obsidian doing? This is clearly not Obsidian's AAA game title that they're coming out with. Expect Obsidian. Expect them to show something from Obsidian that's AAA. That's Hellblade ish
Are you talking about the Honey I Shrunk
at
the Kids?
E3. Yeah.
Oh, game.
That
Okay.
game.
Well, and, I mean, to be honest, if they want to make a different type of game, what's wrong with that?
No, I know, but a lot of people are like, "This is what they got the studio for." No, this is not a triple. Their studios are working on multiple games at once, right?
I think they said that a lot. They said we have multiple teams
Yes.
working on multiple games.
And I think that's why they said that because they probably anticipated.
Yeah.
People are expecting a single.
I mean, come on, guys. They
experience
just came out with Outer Worlds. I mean,
And Outer
they're on
Worlds is
point.
fabulous.
I
They
mean,
are
they're
on
at the
point,
top of their
yeah.
game. If they
Well-
want to make a Honey I Shrunk the Kids game,
Let them
bring it at me.
Let them bring it.
Yeah.
Bring it. Anyways, ask me that question. Go ahead.
Did you ever in your life want to play as Ghost Rider in the Wild West?
Who doesn't?
Absolutely.
Sometimes I go
Well,
to sleep at
guess
night dreaming
what?
of this.
Now you can.
That's right.
In a game called West of the Dead. Mark, I actually thought of you when this game came on.
Yeah,
but
watch
basically,
this.
I loved
another
Ghost Rider.
Another
That's-
game. It's you're not actually Ghost Rider, but you're Ghost Rider. You're basically John Marston Ghost Rider,
Yeah, watch this.
and it stars Ron Perlman.
As a dungeon crawler, kind of.
Yeah,
It's a dungeon crawler.
So
kind of.
it's
Watch,
you'll see. It's an isometric game. Basically, I don't want to say run and gun, but it's
like a twin stick
there
shooter.
you go. It's a twin stick shooter. That would actually be one of the
And look at you.
one of the
There
best.
you are.
Yeah. But anyway, it looks super cool.
Oh, heck
Isometric
yeah.
view, stylized art style, twin stick shooter, flaming
looks interesting.
flaming skull. Takes place in the Wild West.
Yes.
I mean, this game looks legit. I think it's one of the indie games coming out, but it looks like a gem. I'm actually
Yeah.
excited for it. It looks really fun. I actually really dig that art style. I like the stylized look.
Yeah, I do too.
But anyway, yeah, West of the Dead
Very good.
or West of Dead is what it's called.
It
Very
looks
cool.
difficult too. I really like that.
One of my favorite announcements
We got a launch date.
is coming up next. Bleeding Edge does have a launch date.
Yep.
It is David's birthday.
It literally is
I
on
think
my birthday.
I think they called and asked if they
The day I
if they
escaped
could-
my mother's womb.
Yeah, they called and asked if they could release it. That
March
day.
24th.
March
Bleeding
24th
Edge
is coming
releases.
out. They also added a new character. They showed off a new character. I call her Chicken Lady
She is
because
she
she's
does look like a
literally
chicken.
Chicken Lady.
Yeah.
She's the first. They were saying she's the first hybrid class they have. But anyway,
Wasn't she an interrupter, like an interrupt class kind of thing? I don't remember. I don't remember what her class was.
that's because you were distracted by the
I
chicken.
was distracted by that. It's coming out on March 24th.
Yeah.
but-
So it's coming out March 24th. If you pre-order, there's a lot of bonuses, different skins. I think they said something about getting access to a closed beta and stuff like that. But this game, I mean, I think we've talked about it before. But when we were at E3,
This was-
this was my
Yeah, this is the game we really, really enjoyed.
Yeah.
I think it was our favorite game at E3 this year.
yeah.
I would argue.
You know what's funny is I laughed. I have to say this when we were streaming this and we were talking about it when they were showing off the trailer, and I was telling everybody that this was my favorite game of the show. I love it. I can't wait for it. And Fitzy said that he didn't have fun playing it.
Well,
And
because we
that's
played
because,
against
yeah,
him,
we played against them, and we.
And he
I don't want to brag.
but he did not have teamwork on his team.
Yeah, but our team. It was
And we
pretty
were-
funny.
yeah.
It made me laugh.
We were veterans of this style of game. This is like a co-op, hero-based,
team-based shooter.
team-based, third-person shooter. It's
So-
similar to Overwatch in that aspect. And me and Jordan, I mean,
And Fitzy's nephew, actually.
and Fitzy's nephew, we have been trained since our child to play these games. And Fitzy did not have those people on his team.
Well, it was like my team. My team, I had these people that they were like not even staying together as a team.
Like, guys, it's literally telling us to go to point C.
Yeah, and we all got to go there together. Even the developer, because you play with the developers, right?
And you can tell they're like being nice, but they're also kind of
and the
frustrated.
developers were like, guys, hey, you two, can you follow me? Just follow me.
Yeah, just follow me.
But anyway, next time we play, Fitzy will be on the right side, and he'll get a good win. But anyway, March 24th, this game looks amazing. It really was my game of the show at E3. It's fantastic. I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to be a good time. So, Mark,
Yes.
Life is Strange.
Oh,
That's the
right.
developer.
Well,
they're coming out with a new game.
Oh.
It's called Tell Me Why.
It looks cool.
And it does look like a very interesting story. It looks interesting.
You basically, there's twins. One's a boy, one's a girl, and they swap bodies. Or no, they experience each other's memories.
Yeah. Tell me why.
Oh.
It looks a little Alan Wake-ish.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's one scene that I laughed at where the boy...
Was it when they were on the bed together?
No,
This is weird.
That
You
threw
guys
me
are-
off.
No, there is some. I mean, it is Life is Strange.
yeah,
but
tell me
Alan
why.
Alan Wake style. But one of the scenes that throws it off in the trailer is, I just hear like, she just always wanted me to be the girl she never had or something. I'm talking about the mom, and it was the boy talking, and I was like, oh, it's because he's experiencing the girl.
yeah.
Like it's this mind trip, but it does look interesting.
It does, yeah. It does look interesting. I will
Very
say that.
emo. I think that's
Yeah.
a good way to describe it.
Tell me
Very
why.
emo.
It's called Tell Me Why. It's coming out in summer 2020. Another big one that a lot of people are excited for: Halo Reach,
Boom.
coming to the Halo Master Chief Collection, which is fantastic. Also coming to PC as well, which a lot of people are excited for. Now,
Because the Halo Master Chief Collection, has it already released on PC? Because I know they announced the Master Collection to be coming to PC
no, yes, yeah. I believe it's December 3rd.
Third,
Yeah,
yeah.
December
of
3rd.
this year.
They've
This
been
year,
doing
yeah.
like the beta tests and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
and
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm really excited for this. I know my expression on the stream, and a lot of people were kind of said didn't seem super excited. I like Halo Reach. I think it's good. I think the gameplay is really good. I think the armor abilities basically the gameplay is solid. I like the multiplayer. I like the gameplay. The campaign was fun. My only issue with Halo Reach is I've read the Halo Reach books series, Fall of Reach, and then the continuations. They did some stuff in the campaign, mostly towards the end, that I don't know if they were just supposed to be Easter egg-ish or just kind of, that's a cool little thing there and there and there. But that scene is actually one of them right there. But what it did is it basically changed the story of the book, and I don't like that. I think the book was a much
book
better story.
Don't watch Game of Thrones.
There was another few things that the book kind of laid. Basically, the book laid a foundation, and Halo Reach's campaign kind of intertwined. Like it kind of went up and down. Like, oh yeah, we use that, and then we'll do our own thing. Then we'll use it. So I wasn't the biggest fan of the campaign, but the gameplay and multiplayer I do think was solid, and I am excited for Halo Reach to come to the Master Chief Collection. And if you have, I believe it's going to be on Xbox Game Pass.
It is.
For PC, so if you have it on the PC as well.
There you go.
Awesome
So
stuff.
where does so you go Halo 1, 2, 3, 4. Where does Halo Reach fit in
Before
in
what?
that? Oh, so
It's the Fall of Reach.
It's a prequel.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is the book that I read then.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, it
okay.
is.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be mean, but did you listen to anything I just said?
Yeah, no, I did. I just didn't know that. I don't know the title of the book.
Dude, no, you were to Jordan. I don't mean to sound condescending, but I'm going to right now.
Well, no, because I said I.
Don't you know your lore? You stupid man.
I'm sorry, dude. No, because I was just talking about the Halo Reach book. You know what I mean? That
But he didn't know where that landed.
I really don't think
on
he's
the,
listening to us right now either.
Sorry, something came up that I had to check.
Okay, yeah. I was defending you, David.
I
this whole
appreciate
time,
it.
but
I appreciate it.
But once you started reading your phone while we were talking to you, I can't defend you anymore.
Okay, so
no, sorry, because what I was saying is the book, the Halo Reach book that you read as well. This game is the storyline of that book, right? But they change things from the book, and I prefer the book story to what they've changed.
Oh,
right
okay.
now those changes some people can argue, oh, they're just Easter eggs and stuff like that, which I guess I get, but it does still change it.
Yeah,
you know
no,
what
I
I
get
mean?
that.
So anyway, The game's coming December 3rd. It's going to be a good time. I think the gameplay in Reach is one of the best. It's going to be a fun time.
Okay, cool.
Yakuza. Oh, this one's dirty.
Now this is Sony. This is a Sony big Sony staple game. Now finally coming to Xbox for the first time,
And it's coming via Game Pass.
via Game Pass. It's very good. Very big news.
So we are going to get Yakuza 0, Yakuza, and Yakuza 2.
And it's a soft like remastered version of it. So for those of you, and
So
I
is
think
it just like graphic updates and everything?
Well,
like
it's
that?
probably like resolution updates, stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Just your,
yeah. So it's very exciting. I don't know anything about the Yakuza series, but I do
neither
think
do
it's
I,
good.
but it looks legit.
And at XO19, it does show. Phil Spencer has talked about this a lot, that they're really going after Japanese, Asian game developers, and I think this is an effort of that. And there's some other things that were talked about at XO19 that shows they're all in on this. And I think it's good for Xbox.
It's really, there was a lot of news at XO19, and I again apologize to James because there's another story that I just remembered since we're speaking of the Asian market. Please tell me you guys saw Crossfire X trailer.
Oh
that they had.
yeah.
Very cool. Basically, it looks like Counter-Strike on the console.
It
And
really
you can't
does.
argue with that.
No, and it's free to play.
Can't argue with it.
It's the largest game in the world. So I mean, it's going to be released on Xbox.
It's the largest game in the world that we never really knew
That we
until
never know
E3.
about, yeah.
When they announced that.
Yeah. And we learned all about how many Chinese people play video games and that their numbers beat us.
Honestly, the best way to
They don't
describe
just
it,
beat us.
Yeah.
They destroy our
the
numbers.
best way to describe it, if you've never seen this game or haven't seen the trailer yet, it's basically a updated graphical Counter-Strike. Is
That's
the
what it
best way
looks
to
like,
explain it.
yeah.
Yeah, and it looks super fun. It looks super cool. Very fast-paced, team-based shooting. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
What's really interesting about this game, so Smilegate Entertainment is the one doing the multiplayer stuff, but our friends over at Remedy, which do the Alan Wake series and stuff like that,
are doing the
they're
story.
actually creating a single-player
the
mode for
campaign
it.
story.
Yeah.
That's smart to have both for people
Oh, yeah.
and have two different studios do. I mean, I guess that's just how it always works. But I'm excited to see what Remedy does with it.
But yeah, it's going to be very cool. Hopefully we get it soon.
I'm very excited.
But should we take the gloves off now?
Take them off, baby.
All right.
Take them off.
So, basically, I think Xbox listens to what I say.
It seems like they
Yeah,
do.
because I feel like they're
just
taking
doing
my
everything
advice.
you've
Yeah, they're
always
doing
told
everything
them.
I wanted. Yeah. Finally, the world and the planets have aligned and everything's in order. We finally are getting Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5, and 2.8 final chapter prologue coming to the Xbox One.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at the number sequences.
So basically, what it is
Whatever happened to the days of 1, 2, 3?
there's too much, man. No, so what 1.5 and 2.5 are, they're remastered versions of the Kingdom Hearts series. The reason they're called 1.5 and 2.5 is because 1.5 has Kingdom Hearts 1, and then it has the handheld games, Chain of Memories, stuff like that, right? 2.5 has Kingdom Hearts 2, plus the other handheld games, I think 365 over 2, and or 4, whatever it is. Anyway. And then Final Chapter Prologue is actually, it does have a lot of lore significance for Kingdom Hearts 3. It basically... it basically explains the kind of
The final chapter.
yeah, the
prologue.
origins. It's the final chapter prologue. So Kingdom Hearts is the final chapter. This is the prologue to that, right? Anyway, it also has the remastered version of Dream Drop Distance, which is basically we're getting all Kingdom Hearts games on the Xbox One. So if you're thinking, oh, Jordan, I didn't buy Kingdom Hearts 3 because I didn't know what the heck was going on, I'd say, hey, I get it. But now there's no excuse.
Yeah.
Because they're coming.
None.
All of them. You can play through all of them. That's a lot
That's
of
the next
gameplay.
2.5 years, 2.5 years.
Of your life.
And you'll have to play them again just to think about what's going on. Like, oh, shoot, what happened there? But anyway, Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5, 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue, all coming...
2.8.
all coming...
So stupid. 2.8.
all coming to the Xbox. This is going to be fantastic. And right now, if you want to whet the appetite, Kingdom
Whet it.
Hearts 3 does have a free demo available.
Go check it out.
Which is
That's
very
not
cool.
all, though. You thought
Oh.
that was big news.
And then they get even dirtier.
This is where
I actually kind of got
This
pissed at
is where we're starting to get into Game Pass is taking it to the next level.
Yeah, I actually was a little upset. If you're watching the stream, I was very excited yet upset at the same time because I have literally just bought in every single one of these games that they just announced.
Yeah.
So, basically, Final Fantasy VII all the way up to 15
All of them.
are coming to Game Pass.
To Game Pass.
That's awesome.
And if you're like Jordan,
Game Pass is next
and you're a
level.
hardcore fan of the Final Fantasy series, you just buy them all when they come out, and then they announce, "Hey, we're coming to Game Pass." But anyway, they're coming out next year. They're gonna come in. They're gonna come in an order of release, right? So, very exciting. I think this is a huge move.
That's not all.
Oh,
That's not all. You think Game Pass? Oh, that's coming. We're getting all the Final Fantasies. That's big. Holiday, 2019, which is December. December.
XO19.
XO19. December.
Uh-huh.
Game Pass. Witcher 3
dirty.
What?
on Game Pass.
Wow.
Big boy. It's big boy time.
Oh yeah.
It's
All
big boy
DLCs?
No,
No,
probably
I
not.
would imagine just like other games. That's
But I
what you'll
mean,
have to
if you're
purchase,
willing
yeah.
to put in 1,000 hours, I think you'll probably buy the DLCs. At that point, you'll be like, "Oh,
Well,
I'll pay
the
the money."
DLC's like double and triple the size of the game.
Another
so-
1,000 hours,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So then this is the part where I think Xbox, they are really getting aggressive. This is the future, getting people in their ecosystem. They also announced Project Cloud, xCloud, coming to Windows.
And
So
they
you're
had a
gonna build-
huge update to Project Cloud.
Yeah, huge update to Project Cloud coming to Windows. They also did mention, and we talked about this in just theories on how it's going to work. And they said if you have Xbox Ultimate, you'll have Project Cloud, access to Project Cloud, and so that's super exciting.
Excellent, yeah.
But this is where I think look at the value there. There's no better value in gaming, right? Like I mean, just adding all the Final Fantasies, adding a game like Witcher into Game Pass, and they mentioned some other games that were there. We're not going over all of them, but. It's just an insane value. You put on top of that you also get games on the PC. You get all exclusives, Microsoft exclusives. Microsoft is taking things to the next level
Crazy.
with Game Pass, and I'm very excited.
So we are getting 10 Final Fantasy games thrown into Game Pass throughout next year.
And that's not all, but Phil
Then,
Spencer had more to say about
huge
Final
announcement.
Fantasy.
And again, I think they're listening to what I'm saying. 'Cause
they are.
I've been asking
gotta
for
be.
this
They gotta be.
for a long time. I'm just going to read the quote. It's not very long. Phil Spencer was asked some questions, and he answered them, and here it is. So this is from Phil Spencer, quote, talking about Final Fantasy. "The astute people out there might have noticed there's one Final Fantasy that's missing from our list, number 14. 14 is one, just so everybody knows context, 14 is the online game that I really like.
Yeah.
14 is one I've been dedicated to working with director Yoshida-san to find a solution to bring that game to Xbox. And while it's not in the news today, I want you to know, rest assured that we will be bringing that game to the Xbox. We have a great relationship with Yoshida-san, and we're working through what it means to bring a cross-platform MMO that they've run for years, but it will be one of the games that is coming, and it's something I know our Xbox fans will be incredibly excited to see. I'm super excited.
Yeah,
This
can
is
we
gonna
get a
be
round
fantastic.
of applause
Oh, yeah.
for that,
Finally.
Spicy? Because I think this is huge. Realm Reborn. It's considered one of
Yeah.
the top MMOs.
Oh, yeah.
It's one I always think about jumping in, but never have. Oh, there it is. Yes, Phil Spencer.
Very nice.
Well done.
He
This is a great announcement. Very exciting stuff.
He's,
Jordan,
uh,
this is your favorite.
It's one of my favorite MMOs. I put it up there right with World of Warcraft. If you're with us live, you're actually going to see one of the greatest cinematics of all time.
One of the greatest.
Here in Final Fantasy Realm Reborn. But I'm super excited. What's really fun about this game, and this is why I love this game, is because of the cross-platformness. So all I have to do is when it comes out on Xbox, I do have to purchase the Xbox version of it, which is fine. But then I log into my account. All my characters are still there. I don't have to
Wow,
restart
yeah,
leveling.
yeah, that's really
I'm ready
good.
to go, continue where I left off, and it's
That's
just there for me, right?
Yeah.
That's what's super exciting. I mean, obviously, I wish it could have come sooner. I don't know exactly when it is coming. Hopefully, maybe holiday next year, summer next year if we get really lucky. But Phil Stetzer, he told me to rest assured,
Rest assured.
and I believe him.
Phil said, "Do
When
not
he's-
panic. Rest yourself."
He says, "Hey, I'll handle it." And I said, "Okay." I said, "Okay." I'm really excited. They're probably going to come out with all the expansions, which is, there's the original game, there's Heaven's Ward, which is the trailer we're watching right now. There's Blood and Storm, and then the new one that just came out, Shadowbringers. I'm sure they'll have a big bundle. They usually do when they all come out. So you're getting hours of content. Now, what I like about Final Fantasy, and some people don't like this, but I think it's incredibly smart, is they force you to play their game. It's actually a genius design. So I know it's
They
great.
force it.
Yeah. So what happens is usually when an expansion comes out, games have like boosts, which I think Final Fantasy does now, but they don't really advertise them, which is good.
Sure.
Anyway, but basically you boost your character up to that level and then you play the newest content, right? Which I can see the appeal to that. But the way Final Fantasy does it is they have a main overarching story, and those characters, NPCs, people you meet, people that die, don't make whatever. They come with you throughout that journey, right? So in order to play the latest expansion, you actually have to complete the main story leading up to that expansion, which is all the previous games,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Which some people, it's kind of split 50-50 from what I can tell. Some people don't like it because they just want to jump into the new content because that's where all the newest features are, the newest graphical updates, right? Stuff like that. But honestly, I think it's one of the smartest ways to do it. Do you know why? Because when you get to the latest expansion and Joe Blow comes in, you're like, oh, dude, I fought with that guy in the War of whatever.
War of
Like, I mean,
1812.
yeah. I mean, you have you know what's going on, right? You're not lost. Final Fantasy is a very story-based game, and they do that in the MMO, which is fantastic.
Then this is Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Anyway, one of my favorite announcements, probably it's up there. It's not number one. Number one is the next story that we're going to talk about.
And stay tuned, because tomorrow is launching over on our YouTube channel Jordan's reaction to this game.
Yeah.
Because
I'm just going to come
Jordan
out.
freaks out. You're like, what is this game? And
then
then
I
Jordan's
get-
like, is oh my gosh, it is.
Yeah.
It is. There it is.
Frontier Games is releasing Planet Coaster on the
a
Xbox.
cool game. This is
So,
the original.
Frontier, you probably know them from making, Elite Dangerous and all that stuff.
Oh, of course.
They did make Scream Ride, which is great.
Oh,
But
yes.
Frontier is actually the original developer of the Tycoon games, right?
The OG.
The original Roller Coaster Tycoon development. I don't think they made I think they made 1 and 2. I don't think they made number 3. But anyway, they basically went off. I don't know if they lost the rights to the game or whatever happened. But anyway, they came out and they made Planet Coaster. I mean, they took a break for a while with Elite Dangerous and all that stuff, right? But they came out and they made Planet Coaster. And if you loved Roller Coaster Tycoon, this is the game for you. I mean, Planet Coaster is amazing. They just came out with Planet Zoo, which is their version of Zoo Tycoon. I mean, these are the original Tycoon people.
Yeah.
And it shows. I mean, this game is amazing. I think I said this yesterday, but who would have thought creating and managing your own theme park is incredibly fun?
It's
And
Jordan's Wonderland.
if you want to, while testing out roller coasters, you can actually launch guests off of it. Like maybe make a piece of the track disappear.
Oh yeah, you can kill people. It actually.
Oh yeah,
tracks-
you could kill people.
It actually tracks deaths in your theme park.
Yeah,
Dangerous.
and it doesn't look good on the monthly
it
statement.
doesn't look good on the old
They do have
financial sheet.
Well, honestly, where I do like building my own theme park,
quarterlies.
but where I spend a lot of time is you can actually build. You can go into like the designer and build your own roller coaster and then bring it into your theme park. What's really cool, and this is one of the biggest features they have on the PC, and I really hope they bring it to the Xbox. But what you can do is you can build your own. You can build anything. You can build your own hot dog stand, your own pirate ice cream shop. Like, I mean, it's endless, right? There's so many assets in the game. You can do whatever you want. But what I like doing is you can build your own roller coaster and you can actually upload it to Planet Coaster, and other players can then download that ride and vote on it and say, "Oh, this thing is awesome. The people at my park love it," or "Hey, it's a really cool ride, but it's super expensive because you actually have to pay for it tracks how much like track." Anyway, I really hope they bring that feature to the Xbox. I think that's one of the best features it has on the PC. Just going to the store and seeing what people create. Mark, you're a very creative person.
Yeah.
I think you can lose yourself in this.
Lose it.
I do that all the time.
I
in
mean,
these style games.
Basically what you're seeing is just like that pirate, like you actually go in and you can
Build
create
it, yeah.
that pirate ship from scratch just as a decoration to
Yeah.
make your ride look good. And there's actually a stat in the park builder or in the park game where people are like, "Oh, that theme was really cool," and you get points for having cool themes. The decoration is insane, let alone what you can do with roller coasters and different,
Yeah.
It's and then you can, if you're proud of it, you can upload it to Planet Coaster and other players can download it and vote on it and tell you how good it was, and they can even make their adjustments to it that you may not have thought of. It's this literally, and I know this sounds funny, but this was probably my favorite announcement of the entire stream. I'm so glad this is coming to console. This is a good time.
Yeah.
So you like it.
I like it a lot. Oh yeah.
That's what I'm getting out of this.
Last but not least, gamer tag features.
Oh yes, this was pretty cool. This just basically we learned about all the new gamer tag back at E3, but I think it was today, November 15th. Yeah, today, as a part of the November 2019 update, gamer tags with new gamer tags, basically a bunch of new customization options. I won't even try and read.
Yeah.
My reading's not very
No,
well
you
today,
basically
but-
can do what you can do in Discord
Yeah.
because there's numbers tied to your gamer tags, so you can have whatever.
Which
gamer tag.
I'm actually really excited for that because I might change my gamer tag. I think it was actually with Mark this week. I saw one of the best gamer tags I've ever seen in my life.
What was it?
Bobby Boucher.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
Bobby
that's a good
Boucher.
one.
And now
Good
that they
one.
have the number system and stuff, I might change mine to that. I literally played with
Jordan
Bobby
the Man
Boucher.
might become Bobby Boucher from Waterboy.
Something
Such a good name.
Something too that was little towards the end of XO19 that they talked about that I thought was interesting was if you have Game Pass, you get 3 months of Nitro with Discord. I think that's a very interesting with Discord Nitro is what it's called, and it comes with little perks. I honestly don't think that they're that big of a deal inside of Discord necessarily. I was looking through the perks today. I mean, it's super cool that there's a deal and that there is these perks. Discord doesn't do a great job of telling you about these, but it got me thinking: is there going to be a Microsoft Discord? Is Microsoft going to purchase Discord? Would it benefit them to purchase Discord? I think it would, and implement it into the Xbox ecosystem.
Well,
they kind
I
of
mean,
tried to do it with Xbox Clubs.
So
right?
you say the Xbox, system, but Microsoft is the PC gaming system as well, right? So
Well, but that's all. I mean, PC gaming is they're making it all one under Xbox gaming,
Yeah.
anyways, right?
okay,
And so that when I say that, I mean that PC gaming as well. Like it's all going to be one brand going forward. But does Discord? Do they go out and get a Discord? This partnership kind of came out of nowhere, and that's the only thing that got me thinking about it.
To me, it makes sense. Oh, were you going to say something? Go ahead.
no, go for it.
I was just going to say, to me, it makes sense because of the Play Anywhere and the cross platform that they're doing. I mean, I know they have where you can party up from your PC to your Xbox, but Discord is basically designed. If you have a Discord app built into the Xbox, and you're playing with people, like if we play Sea of Thieves with people on the PC, it's just so much easier to party up. You just jump in the channel and you're done, right? You know what I mean? So not to say that their party system doesn't work, but we have actually been playing with players on the PC lately, playing Call of Duty, and we have had some issues with the PC party hooking up to the Xbox party. Not that it's like super bad. It gets fixed and resolved. But
Well, I mean, it is the cause of all my crashes. Yeah, that don't just crash my game; it crashes my box, turns my internet off, and makes my printer do a power cycle.
What is
It's pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
But I think having Discord integrated, maybe even just, I don't know.
Well, and the only reason
Make
I
it
think
your new
about that
party
is when
system.
if you go back and watch the announcement, Major Nelson is the one talking about it, and he's pushing Discord really hard. Like they have X thousand gamer communities on Discord. You could link up, talk, set up raids. Go in with your chat, and it seemed. I was like, interesting.
Well, they bought Skype. I mean, they could buy Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look how far Skype has taken them.
Well, I mean,
It's true.
built from
Well-
the ground up, Discord was built for games, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Skype was more of a...
But Spicy, what are your thoughts on would it help the Xbox? Does Xbox need it at all, or the Xbox brand? Whether you're on PC gaming, regardless, what do you think of?
I would see the only benefit in my mind is crossplay. That's it. Which you already can do that with the party system. You just have to be signed in, on your Microsoft
PC.
account on your PC. Yeah. But honestly, I don't see this. I don't envision how it benefits Microsoft.
Actually, I have a perfect example of Discord saving the day. If we take Final Fantasy XIV, which we now know is coming to the Xbox, it's cross-platform hopefully, theoretically between Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. How do your PlayStation and PC, or your Xbox and PC players talk to each other, right?
Yeah.
My brother-in-law actually plays Final Fantasy XIV on the PlayStation, and I play on the PC, and the way we chatted was Discord.
Through your phone, right?
Well, me on the PC and him through his phone, right?
Yeah.
But that's just an example. I mean,
See, that's
obviously that's Sony and whatever, but an example like he's crossplay. I mean, having Discord integrated into the console itself wouldn't be.
Well, I mean,
bad.
when I'm on my PC, you can still give me a party invite. When you're on the Xbox, it pops up on my PC, and I can talk to you if I have my headset plugged in.
I'm talking not Xbox to PC, right? Like outside of that scope.
So
like,
you're talking outside of the
crossplay.
the paradigm or whatever, what we're talking, like, because Microsoft would buy it to help Microsoft's brand and Xbox's brand. But I don't see that.
Well, you gain instant access to everybody on Discord, all the users. you could sell the Xbox ecosystem. I guess if they're planning on being mobile, right, you're going to be able to play.
Well, they're
I don't know. Yeah, see, I don't know. That's
But
why.
see, Xbox Party Chat is on mobile as well.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, it's not in the.
The only
Yeah,
place
I don't
it's
know.
not is
I don't
on
know.
PlayStation.
To me, it's more like what Xbox tried to do with Xbox Clubs. Discord just does better, and so everyone's on Discord.
I would say Discord's clarity and how it works and all that stuff is one of the best software that I've seen. I mean, it destroyed when it came out. It destroyed everything.
Oh yeah, everything.
Remember
Yeah,
remember when
Vent?
we used to TeamSpeak? You know,
Oh,
or
yeah.
Vent,
I remember
where you had
very
to
well.
rent your own server. To,
Well,
Trello.
my work does everything not through Slack, not through a device, not through applications built for work solutions. It's all done through Discord.
Discord. Yeah.
That's how like flexible of a service it is.
If anything, Microsoft, I'm just thinking.
Hey, they took
if
my
were
ideas.
If they were to purchase Discord, it would be to improve the system they already have, which I think is already a really good system.
Yeah.
I think Xbox's Party Chat is really good. Recently, in the last 6 months, it has had issues, but if you ignore those, I mean, it's been pretty dang good. I don't think there's. I think they're second place. I don't think there's another service that's better than that.
Yeah,
I mean, Nintendo definitely doesn't have one.
it is.
Hey, maybe that's where
is-
Discord will,
Discord is the best place to community build for sure, right? Like to across multiple genres and games. It's just interesting, and I just found it interesting that there's that partnership as far as if you have Game Pass, you're getting this Nitro thing, and it just made me think: is Microsoft making a move to Discord?
It's possible.
Wow, that would
but
be crazy.
If they already have
Because
something.
Discord,
really-
how is Discord monetized? That's the question. They
Nitro,
haven't.
right?
Well, yeah, but
No, they're
Nitro's like
I can
gimmicky.
guarantee you they're probably losing money.
yeah, they've not monetized, and I think they're looking for a buyout. And Microsoft, this partnership maybe is the beginning of that. I don't know. It would make sense from a gaming community standpoint. You got the power of Xbox behind you. But what do they do with it? Is the question, right? Does it actually become something
I mean-
usable? I think it would be. It's just
Maybe-
interesting. I think
maybe
it's super
it's,
interesting.
maybe
Smarter
it-
people than us are figuring out this.
What if they were to link them? Like, what if they were to? You can be on Discord, and then you can find somebody on Party Chat and on Xbox.
Oh, that's what it would be. That's in my mind. That's what it would. You would be
Discord
purchasing.
would essentially become the party chat, right?
Yeah, Discord is now your party chat. Discord is now Xbox Clubs. It's just Discord.
It's still in the same place. They just gave it a different name.
Yeah.
I don't
Like
know.
Beam and Mixer, you know?
Well, and if you look at what Discord's doing, Discord's implementing all these things. For instance, Discord has a game store, right? Not really. It's pretty gimmicky.
They have
at
the news
moment.
feed, which I actually
Right,
think
they have
is
a news
kinda
feed.
cool.
Microsoft takes over both those things. They have, they do have this attempt to do streaming through it. Like you can stream to your channel, to your, the XoneBros channel, right? We could stream if we had that.
To Discord, that would be
To
kinda
Discord, through Discord. You can only do it to like 10
Integrate
viewers
Mixer.
right now. So I could see them integrating
friends, yeah.
integrating Mixer into that somehow. I don't know. It's really interesting. Discord is this super cool. It's the most used app that I have on my phone.
Yeah.
Because it's the best place for communities. If Microsoft was to do something with it, how they integrate it, if they did it smart, it could be giant.
Maybe,
But it's a giant question mark how you would do it. And it's not even. This is all theory.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
because
I mean,
they-
maybe we're looking too into it. Maybe it's just one of those things you buy to buy. You know?
that's true. Loyal Dale said they also had to partner with Spotify Premium. The same
I mean, they bought
announcement.
It's one
Skype,
of those things
right?
you just buy to buy.
I mean, they bought Skype.
I mean,
and
big
nothing
companies do that.
happened. Yeah.
Look at Facebook. They buy things that that looks like a really good piece of software that might hurt us one day. Let's take it. Just take it out.
How would it hurt us? I don't know. Just buy it.
I don't know, just take it. That's pretty cool. Let's just take it.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, why not?
yeah. Why not?
Anyways, just an interesting
Yeah,
thing.
interesting.
That brings us to the last segment of our show. This is the portion where we take your questions each and every single week. You can submit your question over on Patreon, patreon.com/positive gaming to submit your question. First question comes from Jessica Becker. Jessica writes in and says, what is the best thing that everyone likes about the Xbox game Jedi the Fallen Order? And what will you do for your 300 podcast episode? We all love Jedi. So we already answered this. So let's talk about the 300 episode. I don't know, but it's going to be something big. What are we? This is 287. So
Yep,
we're
they-
13 away.
Maybe we'll do something with a Jedi.
Yeah, we could do something with
I'll wear
Jedi.
pants.
Yeah.
Spicy will wear pants for that episode.
Yeah.
We did do the barbershop episode for our 500, which was very popular. Barbershop talk. We could do something similar, but maybe that on steroids, and I don't know how. Maybe we do it at a masseuse, at a massage place, with our face cams looking up and our heads underneath.
Hey,
The mic over to it.
that's
right?
a really good
While
way.
we're getting massages, that could
I
just
like
take it
that
next
plan.
level.
I like that plan a lot.
Maybe we
I
do
don't like that plan because I'll probably be the guy that you guys make give you a massage.
Yeah.
Stuff
I
guy.
like that.
I mean, I've looked at his hands.
Have you seen his hands?
Those are powerful hands.
They're
Powerful hands.
like David Duchovny's hands from that movie we always talk about, Zoolander. You like have them encased,
Yeah.
you know, like they're perfect. Yeah.
But why male models?
Wow.
I can derelict.
We're a
my
different
own-
breed.
We're a different breed.
I don't know. Probably it might be something similar to what we did with the barbershop cast, the barbershop show. Maybe there's a meetup or something that included. I know 300th is coming soon, and we are going to do something. We are going to do something big. But in short, I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe we'll go to Disneyland.
Yeah, do it from Disneyland while
Do
on
it.
the Matterhorn.
Do it live from Mickey Mouse's house.
Okay.
That actually would be cool.
And then when
Sounds a
security
little creepy.
when
to be
security
honest.
comes, we just kind of
We
run.
just kind of run. We got to get mobile mics.
Yeah, lapel mics, right? We just run.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Great question. Thank you very much for writing in, Mrs. Billiam. Sorry, that's a great question. I think that's Miss Billiam, right? Jessica Beck? I don't know. Anyways, I'm like
Jessica
getting-
Becker.
Thank you,
for the
Jessica
question.
Jessica Becker.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah,
very
try
much.
that.
Sorry.
Try
that's-
just using the name.
I don't
that
know
they-
why. It's because she popped up in chat, and now I'm all confused. General Direction writes in and says, "Hey everyone, it's my birthday today. Happy
Woohoo,
birthday!"
yeah, Star Wars.
General Direction. Do we have a happy birthday song or
Yeah, I
something?
can pull something out
Or
of
like
my
a-
pocket here.
Out
Do
of
you
your happy
have
birthday
the
hat?
do you have the grunts getting shot in the head? Yay!
what?
You know when you shoot the grunts in the head, yay! And do you have
Oh.
that's a good yay.
Well, I have a,
Oh,
Oh, I like that.
and then
That's
I do
good.
have a celebration. Like,
Oh, here it is.
There it is, yeah.
General Direction. Happy, dappy birthday. Come on down. He submitted a question on his birthday. We're just happy that we can celebrate with you. Thank you for submitting your question. Here it goes, though. Here is his question. Happy birthday, by the way. He says, I'm looking forward to playing the new Star Wars game and listening to your podcast later on today. My question is, what is your favorite gaming-related gift you've received or given to someone? That is a great question.
that thing you guys got me.
The thing I can't remember.
Yeah, no, you guys got me the Halo bookends like 2 years ago.
yeah.
They're actually holding all my
That was-
comic books right now.
That was good.
that was
That's
good.
solid.
well,
yeah.
we got you a bidet.
We did get your.
But that's
a-
not gaming related.
It kind of is.
Well,
Honestly,
with
let's
Project
be real.
xCloud.
Once the Switch came out,
Yeah.
it became
Became-
gamer related.
Became your gaming seat.
The bidet is good.
The bidet is good.
I want to get one of those ones that warm the water, like they have their own tank on top.
I've used them. I prefer
did you?
cold.
Okay, I
it's
think-
like
yeah.
spearmint gum. It's just refreshing to have that
I can see
splash
that.
of coldness.
I actually could see that.
And it's not ice cold. It just feels good.
What?
It's like a breeze when you go up to the mountain, and it's just like
I basically want to turn
Life is good.
my toilet into like a throne.
Oh.
You know, padded seat, warm seat. You know, I want that warm tile that you flip the switch on. Everything. You know,
So Jordan's best gift, gaming
Was
gift, was the
the
bookends.
Halo bookends. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
really cool.
that Spicy and X1 put our minds together and got.
yeah.
I don't know how I didn't see it when I walked in.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that thing was huge.
That's what she said.
Mine is for for Christmas.
Been waiting
My
all
Secret Santa
episode.
got me the Red Dead Redemption guide.
Oh, that was me.
No, it wasn't.
I know. I'm just kidding.
No, it wasn't.
That was me.
It was my sister-in-law.
Secret Santa.
And and that's one of my favorite gifts that I've gotten gaming wise. It was that thing is fantastic. Spicy, any gaming gifts that?
Two, you guys got me that changing mouse pad that changes.
Oh,
that
that's
mouse
right.
pad is legit. In which after you got it, we got it for you. We got it for
Yeah,
ourselves.
doesn't
too.
that
All
usually
of us
happen?
have
Because
that.
remember, you guys got me the bidet, and then a week later, you guys each got one.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
feel
how
like
it
that.
works.
Our
Well, our
gifts
gifts are basically a trial.
what we want.
It's a trial.
It's a trial run.
It's a review.
But that mouse pad is super cool.
Yeah, it is a nice one.
But
Slick.
my favorite gift was I got Majora's Mask when I was a kid for Christmas
That's
that
a
is legit.
great game.
from my aunt.
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
And
Legit.
yeah, it was actually.
She's awesome.
Yeah,
Is it
I
the
know.
one I'm thinking?
What's that?
Is it the one we all know?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
man,
The
she's
we all
amazing.
know and love.
She got Majora's Mask.
She's so cool, man. How does she stay so cool?
I don't know, but I never got a video game for a gift ever. My whole family hated video games. James,
Oh,
James,
well,
you played with me a little bit later on.
yeah, but I always watched you.
Well,
I
yeah.
loved watching Zelda.
Okay.
And then every Christmas we would play 24/7 any game that we got for Christmas.
Yeah. Well, we never really got games.
Yeah,
for
this
Christmas.
was later,
This was the only
obviously.
game I got for Christmas. That's why it was such a big
we've
deal.
gotten. You remember Marvel? It was Marvel Universe? No, it wasn't Marvel Universe. You got a Marvel one. We played probably like a straight.
Was that on the
24
Xbox?
hours.
Was that? Because
Yeah, it was on the
Was that one
when
he
I was,
bought for himself?
That was one I bought for myself.
okay. Merry Christmas, Mike.
happy birthday to me.
I'm talking about when I was a kid. You're talking.
I
about
remember
Marvel
Resident-
Alliance.
Is it Resident Evil? I watched that in the Tough Shed. You were playing that in the
Yeah,
Tough Shed.
I had
Gave
to
me
put my
nightmares.
gaming setup in the Chuff Shed.
It gave me nightmares, especially in a Tough Shed.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
With
god!
like the blades above you. Like,
Yeah, those dogs,
Not
man.
a place to.
oh, when you
watch
opened the
that game.
door. So you're talking Resident Evil 1.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a tough. That sounds like
Yeah.
a great gaming setup, actually.
Yeah.
it was the loft of a Tough Shed.
Yeah.
that
What'd you
sounds
do in the
cool.
winter?
Froze and play games.
blankets.
There's jackets.
Yeah.
Well, and with those old systems, like it probably heat up pretty well.
Yeah.
Did they though? They were just like.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
when
not
you
those
have
ones.
like it was,
I
you
didn't
could
think they
not.
had fans on them.
well, those
When we're
TVs
talking
too.
about
Oh,
we're
yeah.
talking about this place, you could not stand up. Like you had to crawl, and so it was just enough room to have a couch in there. That's how tall the ceiling was, and you get enough bodies in a small space like that. It's nice and warm.
Oh, yeah.
That is general direction. Great question. Thank you very much for writing in. We actually are getting some ideas for the 300. Fitzy says, come out to Reno, and we go in the desert and blow stuff up with his arsenal of guns for the
That
XoneBros
sounds
300 thing.
awesome.
That would be actually a really cool meetup. Really cool meetup / 300 episode. 300 could be the theme. 300 with guns.
300
okay.
bullets.
Speedos.
Maybe we take a 300 calendar that goes out
Maybe-
to all our Patreons of us in the 300.
Maybe
gear.
we
Be hilarious.
we raid Area 51 for our 300.
We got Naruto style. No, great question, general direction. Thank you very much for writing in. Joel Van Egbert writes in and says, if your kids become gamers, this is Super Shark, if your kids become gamers, will you place any limitations on them? Examples is content, time, interactions with others. How do these limitations differ from your upbringing? Thanks, bros. A lot of us are growing up with you. I appreciate your insight. For myself, right off the bat, my children, once they're keep in mind, I'm talking about before, let's say, till the age of 15, right, or 16, right? So this is prepubescent. This is young
Okay.
years. They will not have access to any kind of party chat.
You cannot play until your balls drop.
Yeah.
When you beat me at Halo.
No, you can play. No, they'll play video games, but you will not. They will not have access to any sort of party chat.
Prepubescent. That's the modifier.
Yeah, they will
That's
not.
why, that's why Nintendo is so very well.
Yeah, they will not have access to any kind of party chat. You can play online. I don't mind them playing online, but party chat, communication, I will monitor it all, and it will be on lockdown.
Until you're
Games, once they're old enough, I don't care what games they play, but until they're old enough, I obviously will look at, say, you're not playing that game, right? And those will be games like a Grand Theft Auto, even a Red Dead Redemption. They're probably not going to be playing those games. I don't mind them playing a Halo. I don't mind them playing, I don't know, any Modern Warfare, the latest one campaign. I don't know. It depends on the child. And then time and content, there will be time restrictions as well for me. How does this differ from my upbringing? I basically was the Wild West at my house. You got to realize, too, when we were growing up, all of this was new. Our parents didn't have this, so we're much more
But we didn't
savvy.
have
I
party
think
chat.
we didn't have party chat either. But when we did, the internet was new too, right? So, for instance, I had a friend who, I mean, all of this was new, right? The internet was new.
You had a friend.
Who pulled up the web browser
Friend.
at my house.
No. This was really a friend. And one day I come home and his mom and my mom are on the computer searching. I can see they're searching for something. I don't know what it's doing. Anyways, so my friend, he was downloading nude pictures
Nice.
of ladies, burning them onto floppy disks, and selling them to kids at school.
Dude, that's capitalism, man. That's awesome.
I know because he gave me a couple freebies. I didn't need.
You were his supplier.
I was,
you were the
anyways,
manufacturer.
but I remember, like, so his parents, my parents, they put stuff on. I wasn't doing it, but they put it all on. They put all of these blockers and stuff on. But we knew more, right? So it's just like, well, there's a workaround. Here we go. Boom. Oh, I figured it out. Hey, guess what? You can do this still. That workaround will not exist with my kids. That like.
Yeah.
Because I'm smarter than.
But here's the other thing. Like, as far as time, I had no time restraints on video games, but I was always outside playing sports. Like, I loved sports. Sports were my thing. We were always playing sports in the street, always playing games outside. So I never needed, and it would be at night that I would play video games mostly, right? So I never needed those time restraints. I think probably for my kids, I'll have like a time. Now go play outside. But that's me. Any differentials? Anything?
No,
different?
I think yours is pretty good. I agree. Because actually, my wife and I had this discussion like 2 weeks ago or a month ago. Anyway, because she talked about like, well, do we let him play Fortnite? And I'm like, well, I don't see any problem with it. Because she's worried about shooting, right? So, stuff like that, right? But no, I think I agree with you for the most part. I think Red Dead and Grand Theft Auto, although fantastic games.
I think once they're like 15, 16, if you could drive, you could play.
I played them, and hey, I snuck them into the house and played them. And if you do that, more power to you. If I don't know about it,
you're not going to.
But one thing, I'm glad this question came up because this literally just happened today. My son was on the couch, and we let him watch this show called Blippi, which you probably know about. Yeah, anyway. And my brother-in-law, who was there, he was like, holy crap, he is focused. And he like put his hand in front of his face, and he just like moved out of the way. He was like zeroed in. And I was proud. You know why? Because that's the kind of determination he's going to bring to the raid party. And
what class you going to have him?
Well, I'm hoping. I'm going to
give
give him freedom of choice, but we're going to lean towards support because that's what we need.
Yeah.
So we have.
Can
DPS
I play with you,
covered.
Dad? Yeah, if you play support. But I like playing tank. No, then you can't play with us.
Go to a different raid party.
Yeah. Go.
Get off this team speak.
You're grounded. Go to your room.
What if you ground your kids because they mess up in your raid?
Yeah.
You didn't heal me.
Who didn't
heal me?
stack
We just
Thunder
died.
armor?
That would be hilarious.
No, I was proud. That's the type of determination he's going to bring to the raid party. So No, but I think you're right. Time restraints.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like not too long ago.
I don't think you had restrictions.
Well, we went outside and played.
Yeah, it was because we were always outside.
It's because I mean, that's just how it is, right? I mean, you go outside and play.
Mud.
If you go outside and play, and then you come back in,
yeah,
you can play a game.
Spicy,
right?
did you have restrictions growing up, or
Did you have video games growing up?
Yes, I had
From
restrictions.
what it sounds like. I mean,
whoa, wow.
Yeah.
Well, they sent him out to the tough shed.
Yeah,
That's what it sounds like.
That's where we had
why
to hide.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, is that why you were in the tough shed?
We
Because
had
you were
to
hiding?
I think it took my dad 3 months before he found it.
Yeah.
Did he
There's
walk
so
in?
many stories though.
I know.
Moving
There's
and hiding.
so my dad hated video games. He hated them. I think he just hated fun.
I know.
Pretty sure. At that point of our lives.
Thank goodness for the Paskets in our blood, man.
Yeah.
You guys.
Yeah. Woo-wee. I know that, like, growing up, before I had a console, my dad had a work computer that he would do. He was an architect, engineer kind of thing, right? And he would get home at 5:30 p.m., and I would get home from school at 3:30, and I would have 2 hours to play before he came home.
Okay, guys, we got to do this fast.
I had to. This is how I got really good at tech and understanding how computers worked. Because when you have to install a game on DOS, this is not Windows. It was talk about the Wild West. You had to install a game, the graphics card. You had to manually do the sound blaster, and you had to do this all on a DOS prompt. Yeah.
Because it used the internal speakers for the set, right? Because you had to
Yes.
install. That's right.
You had
yeah,
to do
that's-
all
yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah.
When you had to do all that stuff and you had to uninstall it by 5:30,
You get quick. You get good.
You understand computers, and so I had to.
So what you're saying is the restrictions are actually a lot contributed to your success.
Oh, I tell you that video games has made me the man that I am today.
Boom. There you go.
It really has. My smarts, my book smarts, my street smarts, everything about it. Video games has pushed me to the next level because it was dangerous. It was
One of the worst feelings of my life. Like I still have nightmares of it. Because I was playing Warcraft with my friend who was down the street, and this shadow came over me. Like, you know how you're
was
focused
terrifying.
in a
My
game?
dad's terrifying.
You're
You're like-
focused in a game, and then all of a sudden you realize you start feeling.
you feel someone.
Oh, the evil was just there, and
Like, do
all of a
I
sudden,
just ignore this?
yeah. And then it was my dad.
Yeah.
It was.
He could be a very
terrifying.
terrifying.
That is
You ever
hilarious.
watch F for Family
Yeah.
on Netflix? That's kind of like how our
Yes.
dad was with everything.
Oh
Go
my
watch.
God,
Go watch episode 1.
Okay, that's
our dad,
hilarious.
yeah.
And
That
minus
is
all
hilarious.
the cuss words, but everything else in between.
I know.
That is hilarious. Super Shark, that's a great question. Thank you very much. I think that's probably a really pertinent question for a lot of people. Next question comes in from Brendan Ryan. He writes in and says, you may have answered this before, but do you intend to rebrand your show when the new Microsoft console is released, or will you always be the XoneBros? I think we'll always be the XoneBros because I think since the era of generations is over, I don't think the Xbox name is going to change anymore. I think it's going to be additive. So I think it's going to be the Xbox One
Q.
Z, right? Or whatever. Xbox One
SS plus 5.
Yeah, something.
One.
But I don't. That's just my theory. Now maybe it does. If it does, we'll address it then. But I really don't. I think we've set ourselves up in a position where the XoneBros is going to exist. Brand is going to exist for a long time.
When I believe the one is there on purpose for Universal, it's one system. Right?
Yeah,
isn't that
and
what they
that
said
kind of
at the
fits in with their
Windows 10
theory
thing?
now too. So it's. I don't think we're going to have to. Spice, you have anything you want to add to that?
We'll just play it by ear.
You will play it by ear. Regardless, we'll play it up by ear.
No, I think we'll keep it, but I don't know.
That's a great question.
Who
though.
knows?
Thinking for the future.
I don't know.
We have been thinking about this stuff though, and doing
There's a
set
lot.
ourselves up.
There's actually a lot of you guys miss out on a lot of thinking and structuring and future and all this stuff. We even I don't know if we announced it on the show, but before the show, we got to announce that thanks to our Patreon supporters, we have purchased new cameras.
Yes.
And stuff like that. So
Yeah, so one of the things, if you're one of our Patreon, or if you've been listening to the show for a while, we're working towards a studio. We've decided to purchase the hardware first. It's a very expensive piece of the studio. In fact, all the hardware that we need to make a permanent full-time studio is more expensive than the studio itself.
building the studio.
Yeah, it's more expensive.
Hardware is so
So we've
expensive.
gone we've gone hardware first, and thanks to you guys, we've been able to save up the funds and get professional. We now have 4 professional cameras. Next week they're going to be fully set up. We previewed it before the show, so come over and check out the stream next week when they're fully set up. And we're slowly getting there. So thank you very much to all of our Patreon supporters.
We could
for
not
that.
be doing this without you.
No,
guys.
and this is step 1. So update. So thank you very much again for that. Last question comes from Rice Hater. Rice Hater writes in and says, and I want Jordan to talk about this mostly because he's the most experienced. He says, have you guys had a chance to check out Xbox Cloud and console streaming? We talked about it a little bit last week, but last 2 weeks, but Jordan, just give your thoughts. He says, what are your thoughts? Actual having hands-on with it. He says, I definitely see this as being the future. Jordan.
Oh no, definitely. I was really impressed. So yesterday, my only complaint, which wasn't really a complaint because I know it's in beta, but when it came out in beta, so I don't have it streaming from the console. I have it just streaming from the app. That's the beta that I'm in, and they only had 4 games before. I think it was Sea of Thieves, Killer Instinct, Gears, and I forget the other one. But anyway, at XO19, they announced over 50 games coming, and if you guys look right here, sorry, my screen's all messed up, but I mean, I was scrolling through them yesterday. I mean, they got Borderlands 2, pre-sequel, Crackdown 3, Darksiders 3.
Yeah.
All on Game Pass, which, by the way, I have not purchased Darksiders 3, so I might play that via the xCloud just so I can play it real quick, But, I mean, they've added a ton of games, and I think what this is this may be their answer or reply to Google Stadia, which didn't it just release? a little while ago with 15.
You did.
I mean, they had. I think. I don't get me wrong. I think they have a good launch lineup.
Google Stadia, because of this, and stuff like this, is going to have such a tough hill to climb. Right, like because you get every game on the Game Pass that is
well, and that's where they're going to kill. I mean,
that's cloud based. Google's building a library from the ground up.
Right now, you have you have really good games on Game Pass that they added at XO19. Plus, when Game Pass comes to xCloud, I mean that's over 100 games right there. Right,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean it's ridiculous, and I don't know if this was their answer just to keep people coming over to xCloud, but I mean Google Stadia had 10 to 15 launch titles, which don't get me wrong, were good games. You had Destiny 2 and stuff like that, Assassin's Creed, but I mean you got Madden 20 on there.
Oh yeah, Madden. That's
Madden
right.
20, Just Cause 4.
That was a big thing at XO19.
Ori and the Blind. I mean, you got tons of games on there. I was scrolling through.
And
yesterday.
Madden struggles with lag on direct connect gigabyte fiber. How is it going to work on your phone? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting.
It'll work slower.
Yeah. EA.
It's more of a single player.
EA.
Offline.
I would pick a FIFA to announce on Project Cloud. I guess you can't because right now it's just in US, the beta.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is one of the frustrating factors in Madden is sometimes the lag destroys your kicks and it hurts me very, very badly.
But I mean, I think Project X Cloud is really good. When I do the wireless controller, there still is a little bit of input lag, but that may just be because my phone's all jacked up.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, I really like Project X Cloud. I think it's definitely the leading platform for streaming games right now.
Yeah.
Not that there's a ton out there, but it's really good.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Great question, Rice Hater. I do think it is the future. Guys, you know what I've been playing a lot this week? Thank you for your question,
Madden.
Rice Hater. Appreciate it.
Madden.
I have been playing Madden, but also Halo. Halo 5.
Yeah, you were showing me your stats the other day. They were pretty impressive.
I'm enjoying it. I'm getting better. I have there's an ex-professional gamer who comes into chat when I stream it, and he's been giving me tips and stuff. And I've actually been playing with the purpose of getting better. And when you do that, you play completely differently than when you play. And
When you play to have fun?
Yeah, when you play to have
When
fun.
you play to win,
Yeah, and but you do see it. You do see a difference, and it's been a good time. It's been a really good time.
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
You've definitely.
play.
I've seen a lot of improvement in your gameplay.
Oh yeah, well I'm gold 5, and I went my last 5 matches. Granted, I know I'm not playing necessarily against the best players or anything, and it's kind of rolled the dice with who you get. But my last 5 matches, I finished first place overall.
Good for you,
every
man.
single time, and it was like it's like 28 and 5
Nice.
stuff
Wow.
like that. So,
yeah.
I'm really doing, and just a couple tweaks and just playing and taking people who know what they're doing, it's advice and rolling with it. So
Good job.
thank you. I'm very proud of
jealous.
myself. I'm very proud.
I'm jealous.
We
If only I can do that in Apex, because this week I had a meltdown.
Well, I'll tell you what. In Apex,
see what
though,
you did there.
That's funny.
in Apex, you have to have that gun knowledge, and you going through the firing range, I think,
Yeah.
is why the firing range is very valuable.
I just suck at that game.
Here's the problem with that game. I unload bullets and clips and everything into the chest of my opponents, and it goes right through them. But for some reason, the same thing is not reciprocal, because I get dropped on one clip.
Do you think Apex should have the armor system that they have?
Yes, 100%.
You do.
I think the game is nearly perfect as a battle royale game.
Is it, you really think so?
Yes.
Because
think
that's
it's awesome.
sometimes you're like, oh, I don't realize, and I guess you do, because the color of damage
yeah, when
pops.
I
So
think
you're
that-
like,
I
oh, that
think-
guy has orange armor or whatever.
I think Apex is the best battle royale game out there. I think it's just an awesome game.
It is fun.
I cannot
Super
believe
fun.
how good of a job that they did.
It's rumored via data mining and stuff that there's 2 characters going to be dropping in season 4 with Apex.
You know what?
And the 2 characters, it looks like Apex. So, for instance, they released their first batch of characters when Apex dropped. They all have differences, but the differences weren't huge as far as. So, for instance, in Overwatch, team-based, it determines your play style, right, and your team build and everything. But these next 2 characters, they're very support heavy, and it looks like Apex is really starting to hone in on different characters with different roles, very specific roles, but very valuable roles on your team. There's a new character, Forge, that they think is coming out. This is all rumors, but it's all via data mining, and it seems like pretty solid at this point. He is a hand-to-hand combat specialist.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's the all rumor right now, right? You know, data mining rumor.
yeah, data mining rumor, and I might be getting his. There's because there's two guys, so his name might not be Forge, it might be the other name, but regardless, hand-to-hand combat specialist, where his buff, he seems like a Winston. He seems like he goes in, does a bunch of damage, because if he knocks someone down, he gets like a bonus armor real quick and like 30 seconds of speed boost to get in and get out for your team. I think they're really going role class. The other guy that's coming is a role where his base health, so everybody's base health is just health, and you have armor on top of it. His base health is 50% health, 50% shield. And that shield that 50% regenerates on him.
Interesting.
Wow.
And his thing is he can sacrifice, if he doesn't have a shield on him, his entire team gets a bonus to their shields. So very like role specific, support specific classes. It seems like Apex is really fine tuning the teamwork aspect of their game, and I think that's part of what makes Apex the best battle royale that's out right now.
Yeah. Yeah, those are actually really interesting characters. Hopefully they're all...
No, yeah, well, because up to this point, the characters, some say support, some say tanks.
Yeah, but not super role specific necessarily, right?
And then Bloodhound has that weird symbol. He's in his own... He's like a
he created
radar map.
his own
Yeah.
category.
He did. He created... If you look at all the characters,
Yeah.
he's his own, own thing, right?
Yeah.
So
And that granted, this is all excuse me, this is all rumor and anecdotal, but to me, just off of going through those, it seems like Apex is really going in the Overwatch Paladin role more in that direction, and I think that's good.
yeah.
No,
think
yeah,
that's
I
really
do too,
good.
yeah.
That'll be interesting to add those dynamics, because those don't exist at this point. A close range, person and a shield regen. I mean, you have Watson that has her ultimate recharges your shields
Yeah.
really slowly.
But as a passive, like this is as a
Yeah,
passive.
that's really interesting.
Doesn't Octane have the passive where he
does.
regains health? But again, it's pretty slow, isn't it?
It's
right?
very slow.
Yeah.
It's very slow.
Well, and that's not his main. Octane is more of a movement character,
but
too, right?
it costs health to move fast.
Yeah.
But he has his
That
passive
regen,
Slow
yeah.
regen.
is his slow health regen, right? So yeah, cool. Yeah, I really like Apex.
Apex.
Guys, we
good
gotta jump
game.
in to play Apex together.
I want to.
Respawn's on fire right now, man.
Dude, it's Star Wars.
Star Wars is
Apex.
so good. And I'm going to green lightsaber.
You start with blue, obviously. I went orange. I'm settling on green.
Yeah.
Although there's a bunch you can unlock, so I'm really curious what they all are.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll be purple.
See,
Just like the
yeah,
ultimate.
Quick in chat says he's orange. I'm orange too.
Oh.
And the reason I chose orange is because it was a you
Yeah,
get
it is
it.
a pre-order,
and
yeah.
it says premium
Yeah.
content.
Yeah.
So you're like,
I
I
had
gotta
to
go
choose
orange.
But watching the green lightsaber, there's just something about that green.
What turned me on orange, because I was orange, but like when you're in the cave and you hold it up,
And you
it's not as cool,
Yeah.
I don't think. And so I went green, because blue was really cool for like your light. So I went green, and green is where it's at.
Yeah.
Plus, I didn't know the lore behind like the colors of the lightsabers. Now
You
that I
didn't-
do,
You didn't
I
know
like
that before the
green.
show?
Yeah.
Green is they are searching for knowledge. They are the knowledge grabbers of the Jedi.
yeah.
They all have different personality meetings. It's really
that's
cool, huh?
good.
You should. You know what? I'm gonna look up a lightsaber to the diagram. There's a diagram that'll tell you.
we could see.
We can show you after the show if you want. We'll
Very cool.
Stay, everybody that's here live. We're gonna go over the Jedi lore on the lightsabers.
Quick says green equals wimps. Orange equals
killers.
Orange is killers.
That's
That is
funny.
hilarious.
That's
Well,
funny.
I'm really interested to see what other colors there are, because there's all that whole unlock, and that for something so small that you really only see the light, you don't really see the handle as a character. The ability to customize every piece of your lightsaber is really cool. Like, and I
Yeah,
find
yeah,
myself wanting to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I got this. You didn't even get clothes. I got this white big poncho.
I got that too.
Oh,
and
I
it's
see. I'm
so-
picking up like poncho parts, but I haven't
it's
yet put them
so-
together.
I feel like I'm wearing a towel.
It's hilarious. Yeah, like
It's
it's
because
so
I
funny,
put
yeah.
that on because it's hilarious. Yeah.
Guys, Oh, here we go. We're pulling up.
Yeah, I'm
actually, the
pulling this
lightsaber
up.
colors.
Okay, let's pull up this one.
There's the purple.
Let's see. Does it actually? Oh,
I don't think
oh,
that's what
no,
it says.
that's
No,
a
we don't want a YouTube.
video.
We
I
just
don't
want a
want-
chart.
What do you do?
What do
here
you
we
do?
go.
The people, they do it wrong.
Just show me, man. What happened to Google? The good old days when I could just open an image in Google.
Oh yeah, and now because they're trying to prevent like downloads too. It's all crazy. Oh, and it's not even big.
Oh
enough.
my gosh!
We
I'm
can
gonna
gotta
just
control
zoom this
plus
thing
that.
in. Yeah. Okay, everybody. Or you want me to save this for after?
Hey,
Let's
I
do it after the
actually,
show. We'll
I
do this
actually
after the
know
show.
white because of, they say it. I actually know white because of Ahsoka.
Ah,
I know why it's
Jordan
white,
is
yeah,
the
yeah.
man. Guys,
Because Samuel Jackson wanted a purple lightsaber. All right.
guys, thank you very much for tuning in. We can hit the outro button there.
Oh, yeah.
We appreciate it. Oh, if you haven't yet, please head over to iTunes, rate, review, and subscribe to us there. We actually have a review, one of the best reviews that we've ever gotten. This review over on Apple Podcasts comes from SK Washua. He titles this enjoyable. He says, quote, sometimes the humor seems geared towards a 15-year-old audience, but mostly I really enjoy the podcast. I think that's the most honest review of all the reviews. If you haven't yet, please head over to Apple Podcasts, leave us a review, rate the show. It really helps the show. We'll see you guys next time.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah.